Okay, we're gonna do a tour of the Von Shredster mini studios where it all goes down, folks. So, this is a very small room, by the way, as you will quickly notice. Um, there we've got a Fender Acoustasonic amp. I really love this amp. Very capable. You can. It's got an input for mic and an input for guitar with effects. It's got a line out, which is awesome. You can feed to a PA. Really love that thing. They can be had for a couple $100. That's Canadian, so about 100 US probably is the Acoustasonic 30 watt. Really great amp. So moving along to my rack, because of my very limited space in the current house that I'm in, I had to get these racks. So I got two of them. Extremely handy from in Canada. It's Home Depot. So basically down here you're gonna see packing supplies. I buy and sell a lot of gear, and I'm now at a point where, like, I need to get serious and never have to worry about not having enough bubble wrap. This entire box is just full of packing supplies. All kinds of shit. More bubble wrap, all kinds of stuff like that. So that's super handy. This is a 1x12 pine cabinet. This is my condenser mic. It's pretty basic and cheap. Paid like $99 a decade ago. But you know what? It works damn well. Like, for my purposes, it's quite good. In here, I've just got some old pedals. This is a buffer that I never use. This is an ABY switch with my old DJ company. I used to DJ professionally for 10 years. My buddy made this for me. This is also, I believe, an ABY switch. So yeah, 1x12 pine cabinet, homemade, with a Celestian creamback. I've got my mini amplifier collection that's growing. Fender Deluxe, Twin, Tweed Twin, Marshall, and Tone Master. More packing stuff. Duct tape, of course. Any real man has duct tape around. Lots of boxes, lots of pedal boxes, lots of guitar cases. Moving on to the second rack. This is a 1965 Fender Twin, man, the real deal. This thing is a freaking beast. Absolute tone machine, fantastic. I do plug in every so often. This is a Fryette power station, attenuator / power amp, an essential tool for any serious amp or guitar freak, but more so for amps. You can plug in a modeler into this and power up to 2 cabinets. Very handy. Really, really handy piece of gear. That's one of my power conditioners. It's a basic Furman M8X. I plug in my tube amps and anything expensive into that thing. Up there is my pimped out Friedman Dirty Shirley a la Kelster Von Shredster. I have bought and sold 8 Dirty Shirleys, and every time I get rid of it, I'm ripping my hair out wondering why the fuck I got rid of it. So I swore this time I would cement and turn this into an art project, and so I would never sell it. And sure enough, it worked. I haven't sold this amp, thank God, because it's fucking killer. It's definitely one of my favorite amps of all time. Absolute rock machine. I've got a wah-wah collection somewhat started. There's a few wah-wahs kicking around. I just sold my custom audio electronics wah. Wasn't a big fan of that. I really like wah pedals that engage as soon as you touch, move the pedal. So anyways, assorted pedals, an old Boss Giga Delay, flanger, chorus. This is a great pedal, Dispatch Master. It's a reverb and delay all in one. And if you only want reverb, you can just use reverb and turn off the delay. It's pretty cool. This is a DI box, train wreck in an amp. One of my favorite overdrive pedals. EQ is an essential tool that every guitarist should have in their stable. And of course, ABY switches are just awesome. And this is a really cool little pedal. The Donner, based on a Rat, Proco Rat. Really kick-ass little pedal. The guy gave it to me in one of my gear deals. He didn't even charge me. He just threw it in. I plugged it in and I was pretty astounded as to how good it was. So moving along, I've got all my tools and shit here. As you can see, I was a DJ for many years, so I've got millions of types of audio cables and connections, and this is all my guitar shit. This is actually a vintage multi-effects pedal. This is pretty damn cool. This is an Ibanez UE300 with a compressor, tube screamer, and chorus. And all old circuitry, like real quality components. So when I, even just using the tube screamer into my Fender Twin is absolutely freaking awesome, man. Great, great pedal. I'm not going to sell this. Just cool to have. And then I've got various boxes of guitar strings and pedal cables and all that shit. So anyways, I'll back off a bit. So onto my guitar rack. This is a, this guitar rack holds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Really love this thing. And I'll show you why. You can basically, it's on wheels. So you can just move it around. Super handy, you know, when I'm vacuuming, cleaning and whatnot. I've got Hercules 3 guitars stand there. So these are the guitars that I've been playing all the time that need to be near my desk all the time, which is like right here, but we're not there yet. So yeah, my guitars right now consists of a 2016 Gibson Custom Shop Bourbon Burst. She's a real beauty. Absolutely love this thing. My trusty 335 2016 VOS. By the way, that's also VOS. This is my vintage Strat that I love. Great guitar for the money. It's a V6. Just plays like butter. Really wicked guitar. Got a super cheap $100 Yamaha bass. That's my Tokai, the fake Tokai. I made a video of that. Currently is not functioning. I need to take it to the guitar doctor. But unfortunately, he's across the river in Quebec in another province. And because of COVID, we now have a shutdown. So that's my custom telly from the guitar doctor, Mike Tessier. He designed this telly. Fucking killer telly. Relict. Aged hardware. Pretty cool. And he also designed and put together this custom EVH guitar. But this video isn't about the guitars. It's about my studio, which is what you guys asked for. Paying my respect to Jimi Hendrix, of course. And Led Zeppelin. And of course, my heroes, AC/DC. And these are my pot plants. Pot's legal in Canada. You're only allowed 4 plants. 4 of these are going to be going to a relative next weekend. So I'm not really too concerned about who sees this video, to be honest. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. And right now, these are the only lights that I've set up. So my home studio is starting to smell a little funky, a little skunky. So moving along, I've got my Yamaha HS8 monitors and the subwoofer that comes with it. Highly recommend that any of you Yamaha HS users get a subwoofer. It just makes a world of difference in terms of low end and just giving so much more oomph to your sound, especially when playing through a Kemper or Axe FX or Helix or whatever. So this is the Kemper stage where I get all my guitar tones from. This desk is pretty cool. I had it custom built for me by the same guitar doctor, buddy guitar designer, now luthier, Mike Tessier. He designed this desk to my specs. He included 3 sections of 3U rack space, which is really bitchin'. At one point I had an XFX3 in there, an XFX2. So right now it's kind of barren, as you can notice. I've got another Furman power conditioner, and this Chauvet power panel switcher is really cool. I used to use that when DJing to control what lights I wanted on and off, but it's proven very helpful in my studio. What I'm doing is routing everything into that panel switcher, and then I route that into the power conditioner. So everything's going through a power conditioner, but I can turn off and on whatever I want. And if I just want to shut down my entire studio, I just hit that one big power button. So I really recommend this approach for home studio enthusiasts that have tons of gear and they don't want to be fucking around switching this and that on and off and reaching for power buttons. Like, for example, reaching for the back of these speakers to turn them off. It's like, fuck that shit. I do everything from right there. It's wicked. In 1 second, I can turn off my whole studio, which is wicked. Or I can just turn on, my speakers or whatever I want. So this is my backup hard drive, which I also back up to 24 terabyte network storage device. I have 2 Synology boxes. Each one is 12 terabytes. And believe it or not, almost both are at full capacity. So I'm trying to delete whatever I don't need, going through all my old movies. But I've been collecting, I'm a digital hoarder. I've been collecting movies and TV series on my hard drive like forever. Yeah, I'm a freak. This is more hard drives. 4 drives in there, so a drive in there. I've got an external drive there that I actually record my videos. Normally, my performance videos I record directly to the drive. This is a 27-inch iMac from 2011, and this is a Core i7, 32 gigs. Bought it. It's a 2011, and I got it around 2013. So I've had this for about 7 years, and it still kicks ass. And I ran into a situation whereby I needed Final Cut. Why the fuck is this computer not turning on? There it goes. It wasn't on. That would explain it. Yeah, so I ran into a situation whereby I needed to install Final Cut, the high-end movie editing software from Apple. But I couldn't install it because I didn't have the latest operating system. Well, guess what? I couldn't upgrade my operating system because Apple deemed my perfectly functioning, extremely powerful Core i7 2011 iMac as obsolete. I could not fucking believe that. So what I did was download a pirated copy of Final Cut that would work on my Mac. And that basically I avoided spending thousands on a new iMac and paying for Final Cut, which I would have done gladly. But to get rid of a perfectly good Core i7, this is a beast of an iMac. Just because Apple deems it as obsolete, well, fuck you, Apple. Suck my fucking cock. So that's what I did. So I've got Final Cut, and I'm going to basically, I've upgraded this with an SSD drive, 32 gigs of RAM. I've invested a lot of money into this iMac. No damn way am I getting rid of it. I'm going to basically drive this into the ground. So getting back to the desk, custom designed desk. So I've got my MIDI keyboard / controller. Akai MPK261, weighted keys, lots of pads, lots of cool shit. It's got a Logic preset. Don't even get me started about that. It doesn't do fuck all, really. I ended up having to actually manually map all these, and that'll be another video. So yeah, this desk is super handy. I go under the name Kelster von Shredster for many reasons, mostly professional. I don't like my colleagues at work, peering into my personal life as much as I can. So I'll give you my first name, but that's it. It's Kelly. Cat's out of the bag. So basically, that's pretty much it for those of you that wanted to see my studio setup. Oh, of course, I've got my sound card. So I've been through a whole whack of sound cards lately. And this had to do with my dilemma of how to capture let's say I'm playing a video we're actually going to dive into this subject right now. So let me log in first. So for the last couple of years, I've been struggling with how to capture, let's say I'm playing a video on YouTube, okay? I'm playing a video in YouTube and I'm playing my Kemper. My Kemper I was going SPDIF, which is digital connection using coax, but for whatever reason, and I've researched this to no end and I haven't had any luck fixing it, is the digital pops. I've ensured that the sound card was set to SPDIF and that my Kemper was the SPDIF, master and blah, blah, blah. I've tried everything. I ensured that the speeds were set to 44.1. I think it's kilohertz. And no matter what, I still got popping. And frankly, I just said, fuck it. I gave up. I ended up just going analog from my Kemper to my Focusrite. This is a Scarlett 8i6. 8 inputs, 6 outputs. I used to have the Apollo Twin, a much more higher end, more expensive unit. It was the cat's ass, but it had optical SPDIF. And then I used an optical toss link to coax adapter, and that was a fucking nightmare. That also introduced more digital pops and artifacts. So I ended up selling that, and then I got a Focusrite Sapphire 40, which was FireWire. Then I found out OBS doesn't support FireWire, so then I got a i6 second gen, then found out that doesn't support loopback, which I'm going to get into in a minute. So I got rid of that, and all this was in the last few weeks. And then I finally got this third gen 8i6, which supports loopback, and I'll show you the importance of loopback right now. So, getting back to my dilemma of how to capture my Kemper while I'm playing live and also video. So, for example, QuickTime. A lot of people don't even know you can do this, by the way. I'm a really big fan of simplicity and quick workflow so that when inspiration strikes, I'm not fucking around too long, okay, to set everything up. So QuickTime, what's really cool is if you fire up QuickTime on a Mac and you go, File, I clicked File, New Movie Recording. So this window pops up, okay? And when you click on the screen, this little arrow here, you can point this to whatever camera you want that's connected to your iMac or MacBook Pro, laptop, whatever. And you can also point it to whatever audio device. So once I discovered this, I was like, holy shit, I don't have to record video separately and audio into my DAW, which is what most people do, and then sync it, which is a fucking nightmare. I can't stand doing that. I refuse to do that, and I will not do that. Like I said, I'm all about simplicity. So my dilemma was, how do I capture a YouTube jam track or iTunes? Let's say I'm playing a tune in iTunes and capture my Kemper audio and my video. Okay. Well, that proved to be an epically difficult exercise if you're not a studio engineer, audio routing expert. Many videos were recommending installing Soundflower and this and that. I tried a whole whack. If you click on my audio devices here, you'll see Black Hole. I show you audio capture. I've tried all kinds of shit, okay? And basically, I'll tell you what worked for me. And it cost me $99, and it's a software called Loopback. Okay? Loopback is made by Rogue Amoeba. You can go to rogueamoeba.com. I installed the demo, and I also emailed their support because I couldn't figure out how to get it working. And they emailed me back, and they basically told me what to do. And so all I had to do was install this, and the real key was just pointing my QuickTime to the loopback. Okay, that's it. It shows up as an audio device, so not my Scarlett, but my loopback. Now my Mac is set to my Scarlett so that I can hear and monitor everything. But so that was the key, and basically this $99 piece of software, which I didn't hesitate to buy, and it's quite powerful. You can do whatever the hell you want, basically. Whatever routing you need to do, you can. But you know what? This is all I need to accomplish what I want. And getting back to the interface, the loopback, that basically enables me now, if I want to record YouTube, desktop, or whatever, right into my DAW, which is Logic. Yeah. So that's what I do to make my jam videos and whatnot. I basically fire up, I just point it to loopback, fire up QuickTime or OBS. OBS is right there. And my mom's calling, so I better take this call. And that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, my webcam. It's a Logitech 1080p. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of dark, but great camera. It's works fantastic. Really good quality. I've got this USB mic. It's a Nano Yeti. Works quite well. I certainly would not consider this a studio grade microphone at all, but it works for my purposes. Probably going to return it to Best Buy actually, because I actually want to upgrade my my condenser mic. The Studio Projects B1. I want to get a better one, but that one's pretty damn good. I must admit, man. For the money, this thing is pretty good. It's my Taylor acoustic. I forgot the model. It's a let's see what this is. 414 CE. Love this guitar. Really love it. And did I forget anything? This is a really cool, pretty cheap, paid like 20 bucks. It's the cat's ass. I can put my phone in there and like bend it and move it wherever I want. So basically, if I want a different angle or whatever, I just put my phone in there. So I've got my webcam. I've got a GoPro as well that I never use because it's never charged, and I always keep thinking I'm going to use it, but I don't. So that's it in a nutshell, my friends. I've got a that's an expression pedal that's plugged in my camper. It's my favorite expression pedal. I'm not a fan at all of the Mission Engineering pedals. I can't stand them, actually. I love the size and the smoothness of this expression pedal. Absolutely amazing, and I want another one. And back there is a UPS uninterruptible power supply that I plug my sound card and my Mac in. So if I lose power, I at least have a few seconds to save my project and not lose everything. So if I'm in the middle of tracking and I don't want to lose all my shit, I have enough time with that battery to power my iMac and my sound card. And I think that's it. Oh, this is a temperature gauge. In Canada, it gets damn cold and dry. My guitars have suffered because of this. The frets are sometimes pop out, and they need some love from the fret doctor. So it's 32% humidity. 40 is really what you should have, is minimal humidity for guitars, I believe. So it's never moist enough in here. So I've got a humidifier there that I fire up once in a while. Yeah, so it's a printer, scanner. And that concludes the tour of my studio, boys and girls. Cheers.